Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Being Wendy. So today is very different. Today is new. I have a guest on my channel, and I'm starting this new thing. I'm bringing on young parents, young moms and young dads. I'm bringing them on to tell the different stories so that we can reach out to as many young parents as possible, because my story is mine and it can reach out to a certain audience, but we now want to reach out to like everyone,
like a larger audience.
Exactly, all kinds of stories. So expect this every Monday. This will be an every Monday video. So tell us. Let's I know her personally, and we've never met.
This is our first time.
This is our first time meeting,
but we've known each other for a
long time. Since I started Being Wendy. So I've known you since before Being Wendy started. I got her contact from a friend of mine who's also her friend. And since then we've been close. And when I have my issues,
text.
Hey, I'm struggling. It's like this. Because your baby is a bit older than me.
A bit older.
So let us hear from her. What's her name, age, what you do.
So hi guys, it's really good to be here. So my name is Gigi. I'm 23. I'm a mother to a 2.5-year-old girl. Currently I'm a student at USIU, but I'm also trying to branch into other ventures because I'm about to graduate. But that's it. That's it about me
for now. On this channel. Maybe you can hit her DM, I don't know. Anyway, so Imora is 2.5.
2.5.
2.5. So she's a bit older than Dinah, probably. Dinah is turning 2 in September. So she's like 7-8 months older. February and September, 2 and 10, so 2 and 9, so 7 months. She's 7 months older than Dinah.
So for me, like, I've always been really sporty and really active. So I remember I'd gone for a competition in Mombasa, but when we were leaving Nairobi, because the bus leaves at about 4 a.m. I slept all the way from Nairobi to Mombasa. And I got to Mombasa and I showered, and you know how you always like to turn up. Because I think we get to Mombasa and then we go to the club, we turn up. But what happened is I was so tired. So I went back to the hotel like at 11 and slept all the way till 7. And I still woke up feeling tired. And I was like, there's no way I'm this exhausted from traveling from Nairobi to Mombasa. Like, it's not normal. I wasn't as excited as I was because I was just exhausted. So I swam, which I did pretty well. But I just remember being so exhausted. And I was like, there has to be something to it. And then I remember when we were eating, for some reason I couldn't eat chicken. And I like chicken, and I like fish, I like meat, but like for dinner, I remember I tried eating the chicken and I was like, nah, this doesn't taste really good. So I tried the pineapples, and I think I had pineapples and watermelon for dinner that night. And that's what I had for like the next week. I only wanted to have pineapples and watermelons. And I think that's, by that time I think I already knew. So it was just things for now just taking the test. And imagine I took the test and immediately, like, you know how they tell you to wait for 5 minutes. I didn't have to wait for 5 minutes. Like, I was sitting in that queue and immediately like there were 2 lines. And it's not like I was shocked, because you know there's a way you know. Like, you know internally when you're pregnant, and then when you do the test, it's just a confirmation. Otherwise, I had never been pregnant before, but I knew. You kind of knew. You deep down, you just know. You know what you've done. You know what you've done, exactly. So I was so scared. Especially because I was in my second year in uni. I just started my second year. I had just turned 20. And then I wasn't open with my family, and told everyone around me about being sexually active. So everyone knows this whole intro. I was waiting for marriage. I was waiting for marriage. So I was like, how am I going to start explaining this to my parents? How am I going to start explaining this to my people? And that's when the first came in. And you know how everyone holds it to a certain esteem?
Yeah.
I'm the firstborn of 5. Back then, I was the firstborn of 4. So you can imagine all the people I had been looking up to.
Yeah.
And it's not like we were that comfortable. My parents were also struggling to have me. Like everyone was making major sacrifices to have me in school and to give me the life I was living. And then here I am pregnant.
Surprise, surprise! The first degree.
Yeah. Hey, acha kabla ni graduate, nishapata
ya kwanza.
The first person I told, I broke the news to my dad first.
Yeah.
My dad was so calm. Let me tell you, I expected the worst. So I thought my dad was going to flip up, because my dad doesn't take nonsense. Like he knows, it's like he knows how he raised us.
Yeah.
So the things he just doesn't take, that tabias,
those funny things. Yeah.
He's really nice and he's really nurturing, but the things he
just like nah.
Yeah.
I didn't teach him.
So I was so scared of telling my dad because he's no nonsense, very loving but very firm at the same time. And I went to him, and out of everyone else I told, he was the first person who made me feel like I can make it through. Yeah. So he gave me a pep talk. I just went and I told him, and I gave him and he gave me a pep talk. He's like, you can achieve everything you want to achieve still with a baby, and we are here.
That's nice.
Yeah, I'm here. We are here, like it's happened. And he's like, you're not the first person to get pregnant, and you're not going to be the last person.
Amen.
So like, you can have
that's such a good start.
Yeah, you can have your baby, and it's like I have full confidence and all that. So he's like, he told me to chill. He's going to break the news to everyone else.
Oh, that's nice.
And that's what happened.
So how about the baby daddy?
When I told him, no, first of all, I won't even say we're in a relationship. It was a situationship. So we didn't even know each other that well. Unfortunately, I was very naive. I was very stupid guy. But yeah, that's what happened. So by the time I was telling him, us guys had already called off whatever you guys were having was, and like you never think that from such a short stint you get pregnant again at that time. So when I told him, of course he was just like, I really don't know. What did he say? He said it's your choice. It's like, you do, I'm not going to infringe. He's not going to tell me exactly what to do. He's like, if you want to keep the baby, you can keep the baby. And you know that it's going to be a hard choice. If you want to not keep the baby, and it's going to still be a really hard choice. And I already knew her I just knew already I'm on my own. And then a few days or weeks later, he told me, I just know when you're keeping the baby, you're going to be a single mom.
He said that straight up.
Yeah, he said, he told me, not in a mean way, but
now that you've mentioned it, I'm like, that would be such a good thing for someone to tell
I feel like it was a good thing.
No, it's so good because you'd rather be prepared from the word go, other than someone giving you.
And the pregnancy was really young at that time. I don't even think I'd had even 10 weeks.
That's nice. Imagine that's such a good thing. If you look at it,
just bail. Yeah, if you look at it, the people who are telling them, they're like, oh, he was so cold. But looking back, and even at that time, I was glad that no one was lying to me that I'm going to be there and then I'm not there. Like from the beginning,
because I know so many moms who are in this situation where this guy just ghosts on you.
Yeah.
And that's really bad because you don't know if he's in, he's out, and you want to give him chances. And you see this one just told you, but I'm not coming. I'm not going to be part of it.
Told me.
So Juang. So you in your head, you just be like, yo.
And that was the worst. It helped me prepare myself mentally and emotionally. Yeah, so I didn't see it as a really bad thing. It was really hard because when you're growing up, and I have a really good relationship with my dad. I love my dad to bits. So I was hoping that even Imora, because I knew me and this guy were not compatible and we would be together, but I was hoping she'd have a really good dad. Yeah, but I just But from then on, I just figured that, you know, it's
Still
not
a
going
Zima.
to be
See must.
Yeah, it's not a must. Fairy tale, that fairy tale,
Yeah.
and that like that. Yeah.
Okay, so, and how was the journey afterwards? How's your pregnancy?
My pregnancy was really easy. I didn't have morning sickness, guys.
What? That's so nice.
Yeah, I was also really active. I was in the gym a lot. So I can't say physically my pregnancy was easy.
Yeah,
the main
that's
symptom I had was the fatigue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the fatigue, and towards the end, because I was really small at that time, the baby, like, it was painful. Like, you know those aches that when you're pregnant, your back, especially towards the end, your hips, all those things. But mentally and emotionally, it was the hardest time of my life.
You know, you judge yourself more than the way people. You start judging yourself before people start even judging you.
Yeah.
That's the thing people don't get.
Yeah, and the thing is, my biggest fear when I was even getting into campus was getting pregnant. That was my biggest fear. And then it happened. and I was just like, wow, here we are, my biggest fear. And then again, you know how people try to push abortion and make it sound good for you, and I'm like, I felt like it was so unkind for people to, or from even people who don't understand like the whole story, to come and tell me, like, you know, you're young and you can have another baby later. Now you're really young, focus on school and all those things. After I've already decided to keep my pregnancy, that really broke my heart, and it made me lose a lot of trust.
Yeah, and did you lose friends because of that?
Oh, I lost all my friends except two who like, you know, that those ones who like are friends but from far. Yeah. But there are two who remained really close, like my roommate and now my best friend at that time. And they made sure I wasn't doing anything else. My best friend at that time would come and we'd go to clinics together. That's nice. And she'd actually ask questions like, okay, so yeah, you were this week, what does this mean? Yeah, asking the doctor. I also have a friend who did that. She was like, so now, because we've done this, and I think it's actually good to have company at that time. Yeah, and at that time, because I was in school, now you see how everyone now starts talking behind your back. My roommate wasn't ashamed. Imagine she used to walk with me, and us guys were those really cute uni girls. Like, we were so close, we used to hold hands on. It's like, oh no. Imagine, even when I had my bump and everything, she still used to do that. Ah, that is nice. And so, I had bad mood swings. I feel like I was such a horrible person at that time. I'm not so sure, she'll have to confirm. But I feel like I was so mean, but she used to take it in stride. You know, she's really patient. Because maybe in her head she was just like, this girl is going through. And and her and my best friend and another friend from school are legit so excited. Like, they come and they like feel the baby moving. Yeah, and all that. That was really feel nice because you feel like your baby is wanted. And like, you want your child to feel wanted. You don't want to be the only one who wants your child. Yeah, so they did a lot in cementing that, and also my cousins and my aunties. So your family was? My family was so ended up supportive. Like, all of them were supportive. Like, that from the get-go. That is beautiful. Of course, I feel like it's unfair to expect that your parents will be disappointed. No, actually, I tell people, our parents, naturally, none of our parents, I know this. Now I'm not trying to put expectations on Dinah, but I want the best for her. And to our parents, they don't feel like having a child before you're emotionally, financially ready is a good thing. So that is why they become disappointed. And you know, there's a lot of, it's like your parents are going to watch you going through possibly the hardest time of your life. So I feel like it's more of a heartbreak thing. Like, do I have to really watch my child go through this? That is why they get a bit disappointed, and I feel like it's unfair for you to expect that all the time. Yeah, it takes time. Sometimes it's going to take time, but me from the get-go, everybody, it's like, we understand, like, she's pregnant now. Like, my dad, I've never even known how my dad really felt, because from the moment I opened my mouth and told him, he was easy. Yeah, and the same with most of my family. That's nice. Like, they put it in the back burner so that I don't feel like you're a
burden and
you're punishing yourself enough already.
True.
Yeah,
you
so
don't need that
they
external.
didn't want me to have that extra. See, then like talking about it is making me
I know.
Sasha. Yeah. So that was that.
The drama.
I was quiet. Like I'm a quiet processor. Like I process pain very quietly, so I didn't make even a single sound throughout my whole labor. I was quiet and I was doing my breathing exercises and I was giving myself sight, like, you know what? Every contraction is one contraction less. One contraction less.
Yeah.
That's how I was giving myself concern, breathing in and breathing out. But there are people around me who are making so much noise. And I was just like, God, please help them. Get their babies really quick so that they can leave me alone so I can focus. And it was so traumatic. It was so traumatic the day I was having my baby. So many things were going wrong around me. There's a lady who died giving birth. And they were so just to have me. They're like, oh, you're so cute, you're 20. And they're like, oh, you're going to make it. And it's like, I have 2 kids. Another one also had 2 kids. And she was having her third. So they're very supportive of me. And then she was the first one who went into labor. And she just died. I don't know exactly really what happened.
Traumatizing.
That's when I started freaking out. And then another lady's baby also had to be resuscitated, and it was at that point where the baby flatlines and is resuscitated. Flatlined, resuscitated. Flatlined, resuscitated. And I was like, oh, you guys, something has to be happening over here. And then it was me and another lady left. And I remember when she was being induced, when she was in labor, she started bleeding, and the blood looked weird, and she was in so much pain. And I remember she was wheeled in when she was ready to give birth, and there was no sound. So I could sense that it was almost my time to give birth. So I had to ask the nurse, is she out? Because I feel like I'm about to have my baby. Like I feel like at that time, and they weren't taking me seriously because I wasn't making any.
Oh, you were not.
Like, this chick
is not.
Her neighbors had
Shika.
I mean, had Shika. I was going mad.
But you can actually go mad. And from what you're telling me, I had that. Okay, my experience was very different. But being in hospital, because then I was premature, I stayed there for 2 weeks, and I saw a child die. Then I was being discharged on a Sunday. But they had not made that decision yet. So on this Thursday, I go to hospital in the morning, and I find the nurses in a very down mood, and a child had just been born the previous night, but this child had heart problems, so they were waiting for this child to die. As in, there's nothing that could be done. And this child died when I was in the nursery.
And the lady who was beside me who gave birth, she had a stillbirth. And then, like 10 minutes after her, and now, I was in so much pain, and they're like, we checked you like 10 minutes ago, you are at 4 centimeters. Well, I'm like, now, I'm at 10. And this is exactly how I was talking to them, I'm at 10. And I was like, if I can feel my baby's head. Do you know like how the labor beds at this high? They had me get down. By the time I was getting to the door, I swear my baby's shoulders were out.
Are you serious?
And I felt at that point I was so disappointed. I felt so neglected. But still I still had to get up on the bed and still had to do the stand-ups. I didn't even push, like I did half a push.
Oh, that's interesting.
And she
even before Dinah, I didn't push a lot. I pushed I gave one strong push.
Yeah, how I tell you, like look at your belly button. And I actually just looked at my belly button and they're like, oh, she's here. And that was it. And my baby opened her eyes and like she looked straight in my eyes, like her eyes opened and like, this is weird. This kid looks like she knows.
She knows who mommy is.
Yeah, and immediately I felt such a rush of overwhelming love. I'm like, it's all worth it.
Oh my god. Let me tell you, the moment I had Dinah, I forgave everyone who had to.
Even me.
I swear, I forgive everyone.
It's like you have a surplus of love.
Yes. I was just like, and I was like, yo. And my mom was like, hi. I was like, hi.
Yeah, and I remember just holding her, and she was so tiny.
And then I was
And
one
I'm
point.
I'm like, Jesus, this is my child. Yeah, but now Imora was 3.0 kgs, but I'm like,
They're tiny,
I was like, was this person in
me?
You can't imagine how
it's
there's a full human. You know, you can feel them moving, but you can't imagine how there's a full human.
I actually normally tell people, don't take pregnancy lightly. You see, so many people, there are people who don't make it out of that room. There are people whose kids won't make it out.
People don't get how close it's like
to death.
Yeah, you are, especially
like
when you're giving birth. It's like you're walking a thin line.
Yeah,
and I remember even me, because I remember I had such a low blood count. You know, I was underweight.
Me, I had anemia.
Yeah, even me, I was
blood.
underweight. By the time I was giving birth, I was 55 kgs. So I was underweight. I was pale. I was just yellow, and I had blood right there. And I just like, this is just for emergency. And I was just praying because I had such a bad tear. I had a 2nd-degree tear almost.
I used to just. Mine was small. And then that child was big though.
3 kgs.
Like that child.
And my body was small. I was in so much pain. It actually took me like 6 months to properly heal. It was so painful. Like, you know how you sit with a stingle, like you sit like
yeah. I can imagine. Okay, my stitch wasn't big. It was very, very tiny.
I had serious trauma. Like I had serious trauma. I didn't want to stay in a room by myself with the baby, and I was just generally scared because there are like so many bad things happening in the hospital. So I remember telling my dad that I feel like whatever was in the hospital followed us. And I was telling him if I turn like fast enough, I catch like a black shadow. Like I was so traumatized. I was just scared that something was going to happen to my baby, or something was going to happen to me, but I didn't care if something happened to me.
Exactly.
I was scared of this thing, and you know, at that time my baby had this. You know how when they're still young, they cough a lot to remove the amniotic fluid still stuck in the chest. And I was so scared every time. I'd be so scared. I'm like, is this it? Like, is this happening?
Let me tell you.
Is this
one time, I said Dana was 1.3. When I was going home, 1.38. She was tiny. So we've gone to the house, and she's just breastfed.
Yeah.
I think she didn't back properly, and then just put her back to bed. My child, I think she tried to bark, but it went back, so she choked on it. So she was not breathing. Her nose is this one. I was panicking. I was calling
like
the house girl.
1.8 is like this big guy.
She was
like you can hold her.
No clothes could fit her.
Like
no clothes could. Even diapers, there were no diapers. Huggies are the only company who had size 1 for pregnant.
For pregnant.
Every other company has from size 2. Size 2 kuendelea. There are no size 1. So Huggies is the only company. I'm telling you, man, I freaked out. I was like, what if... I was crying, and Vero just came, and you know, I don't know, she's a mom, so she managed. She and then, so she removed those thingies, and then I was like, yo, hey, I don't want to kill my child. As in, you can't even think you'll sleep on them.
Yeah, even me, especially when, you know how sometimes when now you guys are breastfeeding and you're sleeping and the baby's, and then you just took her that the baby stopped suckling, and you're not sure like have I suffocated her. You know how you keep on waking up, especially because as guys used to switch off the lights to sleep, and I always had to check if my baby is breathing.
You even put your finger.
Yeah, and you know how they don't have a stable breathing pattern when they're young. I used to get so
you'd panic, you'd really panic.
But I had a lot of support. But I grew out of that really easily because my parents also gave me the room to parent. But also I had a lot of help with the sleepless nights. So my parents would come in. My dad would come in, and my brother and my sister, they all had to answer to
That is nice.
Oh my god, they helped me a lot. You barely feel.
And so now, raising a 2-year-old, now we're in terrible twos.
Us guys don't have terrible twos.
Are you serious? They're like you.
But
emotionally, as a mom, okay, I get so many DMs of moms saying, oh, I'm feeling people feel like they're not good enough. People feel like they're not ready.
Mom guilt.
Or
is that before they have the baby?
Even no, after, you know, the child can be there, but you're like, am I really doing a good job? Am I? What would you want to tell such moms?
I don't feel like that really goes away, because you always feel like there's more you could give your child. You always hope to give more, but it has to come to a place where you actually sit down and you look at your child, and you look at them from the point where they were given birth to, and you look at them here and now, and they're healthy.
Yeah, and it's okay. I always tell people it's okay to also love yourself.
Yeah.
Before I became Mama Dinah, I was Wendy. You're not supposed to forget about Wendy.
Who you are.
Yeah, like
so it's okay to
it's
take
okay
time
to feel,
for yourself.
Yeah.
It's okay to want to be away from your baby.
It's okay to be exhausted and be like, I need that.
Yeah, and actually hand over your child to
someone, yeah,
or your
for a while and just
and do your own thing. Like take care of yourself. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, then you won't be able to take care of your baby.
Are you guys co-parenting?
No, we're not co-parenting. We're not co-parenting, but like he sends what he can when he can. Which is a good thing, but we're not parenting. You can't say he doesn't make decisions concerning Imora. I make decisions. I make the decisions and everything. But every once in a while, like when he has something, like when he has money or but it's not the thing for like he'll send money. Okay, and it's never been a Have you dated afterwards? I've gone on dates, but I wouldn't call it a dating. Yeah. I haven't dated afterwards. And when you're going on dates, you tell people you're a mom. I think they don't know I'm a mom before because it's something I'm very proud of, and I'm glad that my pregnancy was met with a lot of welcoming. So I felt very confident about being a parent. I didn't feel like it was something bad that I had to hide. And then I feel like I'm so blessed to have the family that I have. You do, yeah. Because even now I see how it's so difficult to get to the place where you're confident parenting in your early 20s, like 20, 22. But it's even harder when you don't feel like you have people having your back or people telling you you're doing a good job. And my family always there to tell me you're doing a good job, or they're like, here you can kidogo. Don't feel scared to chap on your child. And so that's nice. That's really nice. Yeah. So at least what I'm getting is when you're dating, I'm saying what I'm getting from this dating thing is that there are guys who don't actually mind that you're a mom. There are people who don't mind. There are those ones who don't mind. There are people who mind. Yeah, I know there are people who don't mind fulfilling. Just don't get into your past. Yeah. There's that group. Of course, they don't care. Yeah. In fact, it's not that they don't mind. They don't care. Like you're a female, you're a female. I don't care. I don't care about your baby. Yeah. But then there's generally a group of people. Kina Russell Wilson. Like and really good. Yeah. They're really good people. Men. Yeah. So people should not feel like. Being a mom is the end. I feel like it even makes you more baptized. I mean, you're coming in, you and someone else. Two people. We don't need to struggle. You're coming in with extra, and I feel like it's an added. And it's also someone was telling me sometime, a guy who's like some of us actually prefer single moms because they're already mature and they've experienced a really interesting phase of life. So probably, so they're grown up and they know what they want. For some moms, not all, but like if you embrace that, if you embrace the process of what, But along with that, there are very many men who get intimidated by that, by you being a single mom and by you having everything, and then for some reason they always assume that you have baby daddy issues. Yeah, people will always assume that, and you're just like no, and they always feel like maybe they're competing for your love with someone else, and all that, and it gets to a point where you have to remind them that I'm still a woman. I'm also a mom as well. So there's also that, but I've not dated, but I'm looking forward to it. Although I feel like right now is when I'm getting, because after you have a baby, you really change. You do change. So I feel like I'm actually now getting to really know myself, especially because my baby is more independent and now. You can't get into a relationship if you don't have peace within yourself. If you've not healed from all those past traumas. So right now I feel like I just recently started to really get to understand where I am. And who I am now, what I want in a man, what I want, because now you need someone who will be a role model to baby. What I want for myself most importantly, so that I'm like I just say like I'm chill, like I'm not desperate.
We're not desperate.
Yeah,
People
like,
will
it's not bad.
assume. People will assume that of single.
You guys, it's actually not a bad thing being a single parent.
Yeah, without anyone, it's okay.
Yeah, like it's gotten to that point. I'm so secure in my singleness.
Yeah, that's such a good thing.
Yeah.
I've been listening to conversations on the same, and I'm just like, you really, even when you get into a relationship, don't forget you need to spend time alone and still enjoy your singleness, even in a relationship.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to dating and finding a good man and getting to know each other.
Y'all have her. So if you're interested and you're serious, look for me. I will link you. But yeah, so what should you tell the younger Gigi? What should you tell yourself? That girl who was pregnant and a bit scared.
Not to be so hard on myself at that time, and to take it a day at a time.
Yeah.
Like I keep on telling people that I wish I knew that this is how everything would end up. I wouldn't have stressed myself so much. I wouldn't have cried so much.
Yeah.
My heart at the time, my heart was so broken, especially when it started dawning on me that my baby is not going to probably have that relationship with her biological dad and all that. There are things I really stressed about that I wish I knew I shouldn't have, and that things just have a way of working out with time.
Yeah.
Like if they're not on board this month, they're not on board next month, then probably they will be the other month. Like things work out, things change. Like today is not going to be like tomorrow. I wish I
you should worry about today because tomorrow will take care of itself.
Yeah, and I wish I could tell myself, and also even now, continue telling myself not to be so hard on me. Yeah, I'm really hard on myself even now.
Even me,
I'm so hard on myself, and I'm trying to get out of that habit where I feel like I need to punish myself.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like it's not a mistake.
Yeah.
Probably me and the dad were not. But the baby herself is such a gift. And sometimes I just look at her and I'm like, God, I wish people would know that this is also waiting for them 2 years down the line, a year down the line, 6 months down the line. Like I wish.
And at the end of the day, most women who want kids will eventually have kids. It's just that you had kids earlier. Yeah, you'll eventually go there. And the interesting thing is the issues are the same. Even when you're married, similar, you'll just be so scared. You'll be like, okay, am I ready for this?
Because I'm in a few mommy groups, and even women who've had children before,
even if you're
when
having
they get
pregnant,
and they're like, am I ready? And
it happens for every
take
other.
It in stride.
Yeah,
you take it in stride. It's a big change.
So it's a good thing. It's a good thing to have your child young because you have the energy.
I enjoy having the energy.
Yeah, same here.
And I enjoy having the liberty of us growing
together. Y'all are growing together.
I feel like as much as she learns from me, I learn from her.
You do.
And I learn a lot about myself because children mimic you.
You completely.
Yeah, so
you have to change something.
There are sometimes my child acts in a certain way. And I'm like, you know what? She's copying you.
That is me.
And you know where to tweak kidogo. And sometimes I see her acting so well, and I'm like, oh,
it's a reflection of me,
like a positive reflection
of how you're raising her.
I'm raising her.
That's such a good thing.
You guys, like being a parent, and it's not the end of the world.
It's the beginning of
and the words of a wise man, you can achieve everything you want to achieve. Even after you have your child,
look at
it doesn't make you any less.
Still doing fine.
Yeah, it doesn't make you any less of a woman. It doesn't make you any less of a mother if you're young.
Yeah. Anyway, so you guys have heard from Gigi. She's you're my first guest ever.
Yeah, and it's a pleasure.
Yeah, and I don't know. You guys tell us in the comment section. Did you relate to this story? Yeah. Do you have other people you think have a similar story and you think she or he should be brought to the channel? Just look for me. My details will be down below. And yeah, so that was it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. If you have not, you better.
Yes.
Yeah, and we'll see you in the next video. So goodbye.
Bye guys.